Alright, kids, Mr. Hicks here for part 2. Pointless part 2, you know? I think of what, like, keeps me, like, hanging on throughout these videos, and the only thing I got is the memory there were fish in the rivers before they got too hot, and the memory of snow falling in our mountains. But I guess there's physics to do, so we'll go on. So we learned how to find your components with your vector. It's just the right triangle. This is your hypotenuse. You treat it like a normal right triangle, and you have this angle. So you're good. You're good on that. You've overcome. You've overcome. Yeah. I hope you're not dead enough. I hope you're alive enough to enjoy the fact that you could succeed in doing that. Because there's going to be a point when you're an adult, you're going to realize everything I accomplish is going to rot and decay to dust and ash and nothing. And anyways, physics to do. So you what if you got your components and you're like, what if you got components? This is 8. Your horizontal component's 8, and your vertical component, it's going to be 22. That is a horrible scale, but I mean frictionless surface, you know, scales. So you want to get your vector out of that. So what are you gonna do? So in a vector, you got your angle. Whoops. Whoa. This is getting pretty gnarly. You got your magnitude, your like line, like how large that line is, and then you got your what direction is that line in. So if your favorite trig function, if your favorite trig function is tangent, well, you're in luck, because I'm gonna show you how to do tangent. So tangent, think back. What is tangent? It's tripping on acid. Tripping on acid. So tangent of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So let's do this. We want theta. Now what is going to undo theta? Not undo theta. What's going to undo tangent? Arctangent. Or on your calculator, it is this. That on both sides. So this boop theta equals arctangent of old over hippie. Old over hippie. So let's do this. Let's see if our calculator can calculate this. Second, it's over tangent. Yeah, what is it? 22. Nope, that's a 5. 22 over 8. That's 70 degrees. Which, yeah, 90. Whoop. 70 degrees. So we have our angle. Now here's where you're gonna need to use the oldest trick in the book. This is the back from the days of Pythagoras. Oldest trick in the book, the Cincinnati sweep. So we're gonna do some Pythagorean theorem. So I'm off screen. I think hopefully you guys can know this. I hope you know this, please. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Alright, here we go. This is going to be a, this is going to be b, and our hypotenuse is c. So, how are we going? Let's get a formula for finding the magnitude of your things. Alright, so let's solve for c. Oh, Cincinnati sweep. Oh, cut herself off because of the bell. Good one. Good one. Anyways, a squared plus b squared equals see you square root both sides. That gets rid of those. It's yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna find this vector right now. So 8 squared, that's 64. I don't know what 22 squared is. It's 5. Oh, square root of that. 23.9259. Like, that's confusing, but you never learned significant figures in chemistry, probably. No, you didn't. The bells, they toll on my consciousness. In the night, ring ring, jingling jing. So we just use the Cincinnati sweep, Pythagorean theorem, to find our vector. So this is our magnitude, whatever unit that will be, it doesn't matter, because the units, just tag them into the end. We've got our angle, force, or not force, magnitude, and direction. Woo. Or isn't that gnarly? That's gnarly. I think it's gnarly at least. So you don't want to use tangent. You're pretty much just going to have to say you want to use sine instead of tangent. So sine of theta. Sine of theta equals, what is sine? Some old hippie. Yeah. So old and then hippie. Now we want to find sine, so it's just going to be sine boobity beep equals theta. And so really you just gotta be like, this is my opposite and this is my hypotenuse. If you're doing the sine or cosine, if you have a penchant for those two trig functions for some reason, you're going to have to find this first, but you're going to have to do work anyways. There's no getting out of it, so it doesn't really matter really. It's kind of like dying. You can go through so many ways, but it's there. There's no free will, because you always end up dead. You always end up dead. And is this too taxing? This is one actually, we'll do an example. Say you're skiing and I don't know. Okay, say you're walking to your favorite fishing hole. Assume this was before the great climate event of 22. Assume that, and you're going to go fishing, and you walk 5 meters, whatever cardinal direction that is, and 12 meters that north. That's north, right? Yeah. So you're gonna be like, what was the vector? So what's the vector? Name that vector. What's the vector? I'm gonna find that. So if you watched the first video, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. It doesn't really matter if you did or didn't. 'Cause, what's it to me? If you knew how I was like, pause the video and try this for yourself before I show you how to do it or do an example, you'll be more successful if you do that right now. So pause the video and do it by yourself. Alright, here we go. What's the vector? Here we go. Square root 5 squared plus 12 squared equals, we'll see. So 25 plus 144, that's 5 squared and 12 squared if you can't follow. 169, my favorite. No, it's not my favorite number. My favorite number is 137. That's 13. Oh god. That's terrifying. Why did I do this to you guys? 13. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Whoops. Now. We gotta find our direction. Because, I mean, if we didn't have a direction, we'd just have, I don't know. It's called a scalar, but it's just kind of like less pointless than the pointless vector. So, I mean, really, what is it? It's nothing. It's nothing. So, interesting fun fact about this is, say this was a -5. This is still going to be spooky, spooky, too spooky for me, 13. Because what is a negative times a negative? It's a positive, and that square means that it's a -5 times -5. That cancels out square. What you're getting right here, like when you do this, is you're getting the scalar. To make this a vector, you had to get the degrees. Alright, here we go. Getting degrees. Alright, I'm a big fan of tangent, tripping on acid. It's the best part of the mnemonic. So, here we go. We can just do tangent of this. What is it? Tripping on, opposite, for adjacent, on, acid. 12/5. And we'll get a beta, and that equals, let's see, this is a surprise. 12/5. Ooh, 67 degrees. 67.9. No, that's not how numbers work. Alright, wow. But if you want to like learn the math, if you want to bleed math and breathe math, you can, or just like learn why this is, always just do symbols first. Learn how to do math with symbols without numbers. It'll make you better at math. So you're gonna do, we know that tangent of old over acid, that equals, nope, I just messed up math. I don't know the math. It's just my job 5 days a week, you know? I'm kind of like Elton John and that song about space. Yeah. Whatever. I mean, do you think Elton John was ever happy with his success? Or was he always unsatisfied? I don't know. I guess that'll be all. I don't even know what I was going to try to teach you at the end. I mean, it doesn't matter, really.